All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely crucial for any business out there, how you can use search engine optimization, SEO, to really supercharge your lead generation.
So let's be real. Every business, whether you're a huge corporation or a tiny startup, is asking the same question. You've poured your heart into a great product or service, but now what? How in the world do you get in front of the people who are actually online right now looking for exactly what you offer?
Well, the answer, and it might be simpler than you think, is SEO. Honestly, it's one of the most powerful tools you have for growing your business, and it all boils down to one simple, crucial thing: getting found.
Finding new customers can feel like trying to solve a giant puzzle, right? You've got all these different pieces scattered around. Your website over here, your content over there, all your marketing efforts. Well, think of SEO as the picture on the box. It's the framework that shows you how to fit everything together perfectly to attract those amazing organic leads.
So what is SEO really? To put it super simply, it's the art and science of making your website more visible on search engines like Google. And here's the best part. When you get it right, it's a domino effect. You get more traffic, which leads to better conversion rates, and ultimately, an absolutely fantastic return on your investment.
Okay, so before we can start building this amazing lead-generating machine, we've got to lay the foundation. It's just like building a house, right? You need a solid base. And in the SEO world, that foundation is your own website. It's all about getting your own house in order before you invite anyone over.
I love this way of thinking about it. Your website, it's literally your digital storefront. For so many potential customers, it's the very first impression they'll ever have of you. So you have to ask yourself, is that storefront window sparkling clean and inviting? Or is it a little cluttered, maybe a bit hard to see through?
So, the very first step in cleaning up that window is what we call a website audit. And listen, this isn't just a quick peek. It's a full-on deep dive. We're talking about a thorough examination of everything that could possibly affect how search engines see your site. It's like a complete health checkup for your website.
And this isn't just about a bunch of complicated, obscure code that only a developer understands. No, it's about really practical digital housekeeping. Things like, getting rid of old content that's just not adding any value, making sure your site loads in a snap, and this is a big one, making sure it works perfectly on a phone. Because every single broken link you fix, every little technical glitch you solve, it makes a huge difference for both the user's experience and your ranking.
All right, so once your site is technically in tip-top shape, it's time to lay down the next piece of that foundation. This is where keyword research comes in. And trust me, this is the blueprint for your entire SEO strategy. It's all about getting inside your customers' heads and understanding the exact words and phrases they're typing into that search bar to find what you offer.
See, this is the point where we stop guessing and start getting strategic. It's not about what you think people are searching for. It's about finding the actual terms they're using. You need to see how many people are looking for those terms, make sure they're genuinely relevant to your business, and of course, get a good look at who you're competing against for that top spot.
Okay, perfect. Your foundation is solid. You've got your keyword blueprint in hand. What's next? Well, now it's time to build the engine, the thing that's actually going to pull people in and keep them engaged. And that, my friends, is your content.
And this is where all that hard work on keyword research really starts to pay off. We're talking about on-page optimization. Basically, it's the art of skillfully weaving those keywords into your web pages. When you do it right, you're sending a crystal clear signal to the search engines, telling them exactly what your content is about. And that makes it so much easier for them to rank you for the right stuff.
So what does that look like in practice? Well, these are the nitty-gritty tactics that put your research into action. We're talking about creating URLs that are clean and descriptive, writing title tags that just make people want to click, using headings to break up your content and make it easy to read. It's all about giving clear signals to both Google and your human reader, telling them exactly what this page is about right from the get-go.
You've probably heard this a million times, but it's a classic for a reason. Content is king. Seriously, there are no shortcuts here. If you want to rank high in the search results, you absolutely must have strong, valuable content that genuinely answers your audience's questions.
And a good content strategy isn't just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. It's a system, a real plan. You start by identifying your core subjects. Then you dig up those more specific long-tail keywords for each one. From there, you build out dedicated pages for each topic and support the whole thing with a blog that you post to regularly. And finally, you have a smart plan for getting other websites to link back to all this great content. Okay, so let's recap. Your digital house is in order. Your content engine is humming along nicely. Now what? How do you take that message and amplify it? How do you build real authority that extends way beyond your own little corner of the internet?
Well, a really smart way to start is to peek at what's already working for others. This is called competitor analysis. It's not about copying, it's about learning. It's a data-driven way to see exactly which keywords and what kind of content are bringing success to your rivals. That way, you can adapt those strategies and, frankly, do them even better.
And that brings us to one of the absolute heavy hitters in the world of SEO, backlinks. So what's a backlink? It's simple. It's when another website links to your website. And you should think of each one as a vote of confidence. Google sees these votes piling up and thinks, whoa, this site must be a really credible, authoritative source. And that directly helps you climb those all-important rankings.
So why are we so obsessed with climbing those rankings? Why does it matter so much? Well, it comes down to this one absolutely staggering number, 50%. The number one result on a Google search page gets half of all the clicks. 50%. That's the prize. That's what you're fighting for.
So the big question is, how do you get these incredibly valuable votes of confidence? You don't just wait for them to happen. That's where something called SEO outreach comes into play. It's the active, hands-on process of reaching out, connecting with other websites, with journalists, with bloggers, to show them the amazing content you've created and earn those high-quality backlinks.
All right, let's pull all of this together now. As you can probably see, SEO isn't just one single thing you can check off a list. It's a powerful combination of everything we've talked about: the technical tune-up, the deep research, the amazing content, and the strategic outreach.
And that really brings us to the single most important takeaway of this whole explainer. If you want real, lasting success with SEO, you can't just set it and forget it. It demands a holistic plan. It's a continuous cycle, you see. Your website audit informs your keywords guide your content, and your content gets amplified by your backlinks. Every single piece has to work together in harmony.
So I'm going to leave you with a question to really think about for your own business. Take a hard look at what you're doing and ask yourself this. Is your SEO just a random checklist of tasks you try to get to? Or is it a living, breathing, continuous strategy for growth? Because honestly, the way you answer that question is going to define your success.